What's happening, people of the world? I'm Rob, and recently I've been going by DJ Robfather for a lot of friends because I started DJing, and I spent a ton of time on it. One of the things I've done is build this stand. I don't know if you can see it. That's my control center. It's got the logo on the front, flashing lights, and I've got a DDJ-400 down inside of it, and a pile mixer. Got my laptop sitting there on this little folding stand. Anyway, I shared that in a Facebook group. Oh, there's a little more here. Yeah, it's got my my wireless mic, receiver, and little electronic section down in there. See where the lights are. Anyway, I shared it in a Facebook group, and a couple folks asked me to show how I did that. So this is my attempt at putting together a real quick video about how I made this thing. It's all out of IKEA parts. Well, the big things are IKEA parts, and then some hardware from Lowe's, and that's about it. And I'll show you what I did. Alright, so that's what it looks like from the front. And sorry for my messy garage, it's just my domain. So let me take it apart. I actually have an external hard drive hooked on with this USB cable. But let me unhook all this stuff. Oh, that's Velcroed on. I don't really need this little hub right now. So all the cables come out of this hole right here. Turn my speaker off. Oh, it also has an LED cup holder, which isn't lit up right now. Turn the power off. So these three levels right here at the top of it, they're tabletops from IKEA. I'll put the part number on the video. When I bought them, they were on sale for, I think, like 10 bucks a piece. They were black, they were out of the white ones. So I ended up painting the whole thing. You can see their own hinges. There's a hinge there and a hinge down there. Right? Bottom two are screwed together from the bottom. And then the top one is on hinges. So you can see when I open it up, it is not pretty inside. I painted it, but this is Velcroed in. This is Velcroed in. But you can see what the boards are. There's paper filled, like a cardboard almost. So this is like 1/8 of an inch thick, and it's got this paper stuff in there, and then another 1/8 of an inch, or maybe even less, bottom. So that's what makes up the boards. But it's super easy to cut. So the bottom board, I just made the channel to put all the cables in. And I used the router or a jigsaw to get that out. Drilled a hole right down through the center, and that's where all the cables drop out into the base of the console. I just had this old strap sitting here. It was black, and I painted it white, and it's just drilled on there. You can see I just kind of experimented until I got it to fit for this thing to fit in there. And then, yeah, I just kind of kept cutting around until the parts that I wanted to sink into the top layer fit. So yeah, the top layer, all that is just I cut out with the jigsaw the shape of the pieces with very little extra room to spare. And again, it doesn't look pretty from the inside. But when it's closed up, it looks great. So I don't care about what it looks like when it's open. Yeah, that's about it. This sucked. There's actually pressed wood on this whole front, like 4 or 5 inches of the board or of the tabletop, and that was really hard to cut through. This part back here, where it's like the hollow stuff, that was easy. There's also a board that goes down the side, in the front. So keep that in mind when you're cutting yours, because this was really hard to cut through. But this was for my cup holder. Close this up. So it's approximately 2 feet deep and 4 feet wide. It's a little less than 4 feet, like 30. Actually, I don't remember. I'll grab a tape measure. It is, oh yeah, 47.25 by 23 3/4. So it's basically 2 feet by 4 feet. And the height of it, I'm 6'2", so I made it a little bit taller. Let's see, bring that out. So it's 42 and a little bit, 42.5 from floor to top. All right, anyway, that's what the 3 top pieces were, just tabletops. This middle piece was a bookshelf. Excuse me, I'll put the part number on there for that. All right, so I'm gonna pause right here because that part that I'm about to talk about, this bookshelf, there's a screenshot of it on the video right now, I hope. And you'll see it's like 57 inches tall or something like that. But this is only 39 inches or whatever it was to the top of it. So I had to trim this down to whatever the height was. I don't know, so let's say this is, I don't know, 6 inches. I don't think that it's that big. Let's say that's 5 inches. So from 39 to the top, then that means I cut this down to like 34 or something like that. And then I have the base at the bottom that's like 3/4 of an inch. So anyway, do the math, and you gotta trim the size of the bookshelf down to whatever height you want. The base of it, the base I would have done differently. That was a shelf that I bought from IKEA. I should have just used a regular old piece of plywood or something and painted it. The bracket right there, those were, oh, what material? Not stainless. I don't know, some kind of like a galvanized bracket that I got from Lowe's with a whole bunch of screws to hold the thing together. Up underneath, there's a different type. You can see it's not the most beautiful paint job. It's another cheaper bracket, not as heavy, to hold that little shelf, and then another one of the heavy brackets at the top. This shelf, I zoomed in. Oh, sorry. This shelf and this shelf came with the bookshelf. They were actually supposed to be the bottom of the bookshelf and the top of it, but instead of using them at the very top and the very bottom, I put them inside of the side pieces, if that makes sense, because this just happened to be just a hair wider than these shelves. So to get this to fit in, I cut a real shallow, like maybe a 1/4 inch channel to go just to the back of this, and then that allowed me to slide this in there. I hope this makes sense. Anyway, I got this little channel here to hide the cables. That at Lowe's. It's a lot easier to do with both hands. I also put these 90-degree brackets on the corner, or whatever you call the brackets, I don't know what they're called. Put those on the corner just to shore it up a little bit. And then to hold the top one, I have 2 more of these guys, one on each side. And I just use this little Black & Decker drill. Take that with me and take these 8 screws out. The top lifts off. It's pretty light, maybe, I don't know, maybe 30 pounds or less. And I sewed a bag for it with big handles to carry it around. So it's just like a big piece of luggage. So the top piece goes in the bag. I put a piece of foam on top of this when I put it in the bag, so it doesn't screw up any of the equipment. Could take it out if I wanted to, but I really wanted to make it so it just stays in there. So foam goes on top of this. This pops up off, goes in a big bag, carried over my shoulder, and then the bottom, I carry, I was actually carryable, but I use a little dolly to roll that around. The front of it, this is pretty cool. This was plexiglass that I got from Lowe's, and it has like a white film on it. It's supposed to be clear, but it has a white film on it that I just left on instead of peeling it off. So there's like a clear plastic film on one side and a clear-ish white film on the other side, and I left the white on there, so when I turn the lights on, it looks pretty cool and you can't see through it. My son makes decals, so that's where I got that from. I think that's it. The cup holder I got from Amazon. Oh, this was a last second thing. This is actually the corner bracket for sorry. It was a corner bracket from Lowe's that I hammered it flat and then bent it to hang my headphones on. Then it's just held up there with a screw right there. And there's where I hook in the cup holder. I don't know if you can see that or not. You probably see me more than anything, but there's a connector right here that has a wire that goes out through here, this hole that I drilled. Took the wireless connectors that are supposed to be on the back of this and hooked them to the little extension cable that I got off of Amazon. So there's one there and there's one on this side. Alright, that's all I can think of. So there she is, all lit up. If you have questions, let me know. I'll try to get the details in the description. I really wasn't planning on making this video, so sorry if it totally sucks. But now you know. Okay, peace out.